Good evening, my loves. Oh, fuck 'em, my loves.
Oh, no,
Oh,
it's all
fuck 'em, my loves.
Oh, no, it's all
fuck 'em, my... This is a new low. This is a new fucking low. Right, I was supposed to do this. Right, pretend none of that ever happened, my loves. Wait a minute, is this fucking working? Wait a minute. Is this working? It's not fucking working. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think it is working. Can anyone hear me? Right. Next level of shambolicness. Oh my goodness, Sephiros is in the airport. I don't even know if this is working there. Okay, good. Yes, let's just gloss over that. It was just a minor, tiny little problem I had there. Okay, hello everyone. So we've got Chris here. He was in early. We've got Meowscarade. We've got Shuffle Boyle. We've got Sephiros, who's at the airport as we speak, and he's still tuning in. What an absolute gentleman he is, my loves. We have Goatman from down in Australia. We have Webster, none other than Chris Webster. Splendid. Hello, Webster. And we have... we've got Brian. Yes, hello, Brian. I'm still getting used to your new thingamajog. But hello there, and hello, Adele, if she's in the mix too. Hello, Tim. Yes, indeed. I love it when a live stream comes together. Bear that in mind, my love, because it's going to be coming apart at the seams very shortly. Hello there, Chris, also known as Goat Frenzy. We've got Atop, splendid, also known as Cody. We've got Colt Mortem, which is Jake, of course. We've got Buchdeckel, and we've got Paul from Geeks Love Dogs. Hello there, everyone. Right, now for the preamble that I was going to do before I was completely fucked over by my incompetence. Anyway, so picture this, my loves. We're back in the 80s. Young Jimmy is cavorting with his brothers and sisters in the living room. It's a wonderful day outside. The sun is shining brightly. We should be outside, playing, but we're not. The curtains are drawn tightly closed, but a single ray of light shines into the room, reflecting various motes of dust that fuck around in the air. We're playing on a Commodore 64. Who knows what game we're playing? But we have to turn it off, because we all know that back on the television, something rather special is about to start. What's up, my lads?
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Come okay.
Open an award-winning ice today in under 15 minutes.
Sorry, my love. That was a fucking advert. I had to play it from the YouTube area. Right, we're getting lots of suggestions here by the looks of it. Right, things to mention here. I know we have wizards spread far and wide across the globe, but we also have two British contingencies that are away from our pleasant lands. We have Sephiros, he is over in Greece, but apparently about to return. We also have Brian and my sister Adele, who are at this moment sunbathing. Well, they're not sunbathing now, but they're in Egypt, my loves. Yes, we have an international contingent of Brits. Beware, everyone. Shit could get messy. But anyway, I hope you're all well. Right, this will be the last live stream for some time, I think, because, my computer's going to be in a little box somewhere and hopefully not destroyed in transit to the next wizarding tower. Anyway, yes, A-Top, I agree. I fucking love that theme tune. I had to play that version because I love that bit at the beginning where it's, premising what it's all about. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes, nice and shambolic. Right, so Chris of Liminal Spaces fame has beaten you all to the punch, so I'll be playing his next. I won't tell you what it is, you all have to guess. So this will be the quiz, I suppose. No, wait, it won't actually, because you all you have to do is scroll to the top and you'd know what it is. But anyway, I'll play it anyway. What else have we got? Okay, so Farscape theme, lovely, yes. I've never seen Farscape, so I don't even know what the theme tune's like. Don't forget I made the suggestion for the theme, so I get mine played. Yes, my precious. Yes, okay. Yes, that's a good idea, Paul. Yes, fair enough. I never remember where these things come from, but yes, Paul is the genesis of today's theme. Still trying to judge the room before picking my choice. Okay, Shuffle's going. He might be going a bit wild with this one. We want Jag. What's that? Hardcastle McCormick. Yes, you were talking about that on the last stream, so that will be played straight after Chris's. To be or not to be is painless. 'Tis Chris's song. Okay. Can I get the Ramones cover of the Spider-Man cartoon theme? Lovely. Oh, Jag is a show. Right, okay. I'll have to look that up. Hello there, Chris. Christian, sorry. Yes, we've got Chris's and we've got Christians in the mix. Oh, hello, Kirk. Sorry, I didn't say hello to you earlier. Champions League on a first day tonight, so my attention will likely be split. That's okay, Kirk. Don't worry about that. What's football? I've never heard of this game before. Sorry, did you read my messages? I'm going mental. I might have missed them, Sephiros. I know that you're at the airport. You might have missed me talking about that. Have you laid down a suggestion yet? Oh, yes, Bucky O'Hare. Yes, right, I'll play that as well. I used to watch that. How long have you got before you step on the plane, Sephiros? Because I might have to bump you up. But anyway, before we do anything more, this is for Chris of Liminal Spaces. See if you can guess what this is, even though we all probably already know. Anyway, here we go.
Through early morning fog I see visions of the things to be, the pains that are withheld for me. I realize and I can see that suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. The game of life is hard to play. I'm gonna lose it anyway. The losing card I'll someday lay. So this is all I have to say. Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. The sword of time will pierce our skins. It doesn't hurt when it begins, but as it works works its way on in. The pain grows stronger, watch it grin. Suicide is painless, it brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. A brave man once requested me to answer questions that are key. Is it to be or not to be? And I replied, oh, why ask me? Suicide is painless, it brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. And you can do the same thing if you
Okay, yes, that's quite a lovely song, wasn't it? Wait a minute, let's take this thumbnail off so you can see how beautiful I look this evening. Yes, so I remember MASH used to come on the television and none of us were interested because there weren't enough explosions, just too much boring talking. But I'd probably appreciate it far more now as an adult. As an old man, I should say. Thank you for all of your suggestions. I am taking note of them. Yes, my mind's all over the place at the moment. So it may be slightly more shambolic than usual. I think you already appreciate that fact. Right, what are we doing here? Fucking bonkers lyrics for this song. Yes, I wasn't really paying much attention, but it sounded like the Beach Boys, didn't it? It was very similar kind of sound from those voices. Fucking hells, am I sick then? Right, sorry, I can't keep up here. Atop saying so goth. This song is fun, or this fun is song. Bill Evans' solo piano version is rather nice. Okay, yes, I did pick. I think you said about this shuffle. I did pick the what is it? The cinematic version, perhaps. Yeah, the other version is not so nice, I don't think. But you do get the sounds of the chopper in the background, which you don't get with this one. And yes, it's nice to have a bit of a chopper in the mix, isn't it, my loves? Right. Oh, yes, Kirk, I like that suggestion. So, right, I'm going to just quickly play Sephiros's one now, just before he boards, just in case, because this will aid his journey onwards. So this is from a cartoon that used to air in the UK when those of us of my kind of age were children. It's called Bucky O'Hare. I don't know if this was elsewhere in the world. It probably was, but it had a cracking theme tune. So let's do it, my loves. This is Bucky O'Hare.
Another dimension, another time and space. A parallel universe is falling on its face. When out of the chaos, who else could it be but the animal adventurers from SPACE? Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare. Mutants and aliens and toads beware. You're looking for adventure, well this is it. With Jenny, Deadeye, Blinky, and Willie to win. I said Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare.
And now an update on Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars.
In the battle of the universe, you don't know what's next. You only know amphibians are made in complex. When you check out your scanner and the evil that it poses, there's only one course of action. Let's cook us some toad! Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare. He goes when an ordinary rabbit would dare. If your righteous indignation has suffered a hit, and your photon accelerator is broken a bit, and you're losing your mind, and you're having a fit, get the funky fresh rabbit who can take care of it. Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare. You say Bucky? I said Bucky! Bucky O'Hare. Let's croak us some toads.
Yes, a nice snappy little number, that one. I'm pretty sure we used to say Fucky O'Hare or something like that, but it's too easy, too hard to resist that. I'm just scanning here, but I can see Sephiros is off. Okay, farewell, Sephiros. I will send a spell your way, and I'm sure I will feel your presence as soon as you touch back down to Old Blighty. Yes, have a good flight, you and your wife. Right. Hill Street Blues. Yes, yes. Very good, Chris. I can picture the chopper coming in. Yes, well, Tim's got a very good imagination there. Yes, I'm picturing a very different kind of chopper. I mean, chopper obviously over here is slang for a jolly big old todger. Is that the same over in America? I don't know. Perhaps you can let me know. I mean, there's not many words in the English language that we haven't appropriated to carry a penis in some way. Yeah, the frog at the end is a lovely touch. Yeah, I'm going to have to be careful not to read everything because I'll just be reading the whole time. Hello there, we've got Henk. We've got Henk van Hassel here. Hello there, Henk. Oh, it's based on a book, is it? The second MASH book is great, possibly better than the first. I had no idea. The rest are shite. Right, there we are. That's what Chris thinks of that series. Yes. Okay, so Matthew's keen on the Hill Street Blues as well, so we'll have to pop that on. I think the first thing to do, though, is honour our gracious Paul for suggesting this. Right, so yes, there's a couple in the mix. I can't remember the first one you suggested. Oh yes, right. Hardcastle and McCormick. Right, let's try that. Will it be on the old Spotify? The problem I found with trying to find the themes on here is that you get people doing versions of them, and they tend to be shite. Okay, so that ain't it, surely. I'll try this. Tell me if this is wrong. That ain't it. Right, bear with me. I'm going to have to go on YouTube for this. Fucking hell. What's the matter with me? See, that's the trouble. It's when I've got to switch over to YouTube, I can't see the comments and then I can't queue up the next thing. So that's why it's slightly more shambolic. That's my excuse anyway. Okay, so I think I found it. This is the theme tune to Hardcastle and McCormick opening credits and theme song. Here we go. Of course there's an advert. No, there isn't. Okay, aired in 1983.
State of the art. Lay down the law. Don't you let them cross the line. Under the hood, got the bad and the good. Everybody's doing time. Drive. Push them to the floor till the engine screams. Drive. Driving like the demon that drives your dreams.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I was watching that in the intro to that. I've never ever seen that before. But that car looked quite wonderful. I know you were all talking about that car before. It looks quite a fast devil. Right, so I will be flopping out Jake's suggestion in a moment, the Farscape theme, seasons 1 to 2, so I'll pop that on. I'm also seeing Tim's there, the Spider-Man one, so I'll add that in a moment. And Chris's suggestion on the Discord, Shambolic Symph, indeed. Yes, it was 1 second of Dukes of Hazzard. I was going to play that at the beginning, but I thought let's just go for the 18. Yes. Outro for, oh yes, that's a good one, Goatman. Funnily enough, Around the Twist, yeah, that was an Australian kind of children's quirky comedy thing, and it used to air over in Britain as well. We absolutely loved it as children, and the weirdest thing, me and my wife were watching an episode yesterday. Just saw it randomly come up on Amazon Prime. But anyway, there we are. Right, here we go. Sounds like Dirk Diggler's song from Boogie Nights. Hell yeah, right. I don't know that film well enough to recall any of the songs, but I do remember the ending. Yes, I'm sure we all do. I'm sorry, who was complaining about the MASH lyrics? Yes, that was interesting. I wasn't really paying much attention, but it did seem a bit hell yeah kind of thing. Sephiroth. Yes, thank you. My teen years, the car was called the Coyote. Okay. Is that Coyote? I don't know. I can barely read here. Jag theme, please. And someone suggests the Airwolf theme. Yes, I saw that suggested. In fact, there was a couple of crackers there. Henk suggested one as well. Anyway, I'll try and catch up. Let's get Farscape on, and then I'll tell you a little story about what happened to me earlier, which will be really boring, but I'm going to say it anyway. Anyway, here we go. Fucking hell. I wasn't expecting that to end. That's the other trouble. All of these are going to be quite short. Shuffle Boyle, help me out here. See if we can get a long devil on. Yes, that was quite incredible. I've heard of Farscape, never seen it, but that sounded wonderful. Very, very dramatic and quite scary. Wasn't it decommissioned? It wasn't continued, was it, past a certain point? Much to everyone's disdain, I remember. Is that right? I used to watch what was it, Babylon 5. I used to watch that, and that didn't fare any better. The graphics, of course, done on an Amiga, the best computer ever made. Yes, I'm sorry. I've been missing odd things here. Apparently, chopper is slang wherever you go. But yes, Tim was referring to a helicopter, not a flying penis, my loves. Yes, right. Brian used to watch that. Okay, right, lovely. It has every style of music ever made. Yeah, they threw the kitchen sink at that devil. Right, Jag theme. I need to find that next. But before. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you a story. It's a really shit story, but basically I've ordered a new desk for when I move to our new Wizarding Tower. And the problem I have with all of my joints is that my desk is a fucking torture device and I can't get comfortable on the devil. So I've ordered a new one, and it's one that's like a robot fucker. And it can go up and down, and it can go so far up I can stand and do stuff. So I'm going to get a treadmill, and I'm going to fucking run on the spot while I'm writing a story. That's the idea. But anyway, this thing weighs a fucking ton. So me and my wife, we said, right, we'll order it so it arrives when my wife can heft it, because she's very strong and she doesn't have decrepit joints. Then what happened? It came today when it was just me on my lonesome. So I went to the door, and this fucking grumpy old bastard dumped the whole thing there, weighed a fucking ton, and then pissed off. Although he took a photograph of me, which I quite liked. No, he took a photograph to prove that he had dumped it on me. Me trying to get that in the house, I'm sure it looked absolutely ludicrous, but in so doing, I've really damaged my good wrist, which is actually still a bad wrist, but it's the better of the two. So now I'm not going to be able to have a wank with either hand, my loves. And I don't mean that. I mean polish my exquisite one collection. Anyway, right, let's get a different song on. Yes, story time. Did you enjoy that story, Tim? Right, that's the perils of growing old and having shit joints. Okay, so the next one I was going to play was Jake's. I'm trying to do it in the order that they've been suggested. No, I've done Jake's. Fuck. This is Tim's. So this is my apology for the story I just told you all. Specifically Tim and the Chopper conversation. This is the Ramones version of the Spider-Man theme. I'm sure we all watched that cartoon back in the day. I know we all did. Absolutely loved it. Okay, here we go. Yeah!
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web in his house, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of the night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame he's ignored, action is his reward. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Look out! Let's go! In the chill of the night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame he's ignored, action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang up, whenever there's a hang up, you'll find the Spider-Man.
That's a really great version. I've not heard that before. A big surprise there. At the end, he reminded me of Kermit the Frog singing that. Was that just me? It's probably just me. Right, I've been through and I've added more of them. I'm sorry, Chris, Goat Frenzy. I did miss yours. Thank you for reminding me. If anyone else has been missed, do let me know, because I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just my inability to read very quickly. Just had to look up Jason King, and no, don't feel quite as old. Okay, right. So yes, I've never heard of that. I'll be interested in listening to that theme. I just climbed up my fridge. Yes. These things can happen once you get a bit of Spider-Man in you, so to speak. Joey put extra nasal on that last. Yes, that's what's doing it. Yes. That's Kermit is in my repertoire, by the way, of impressions. Just saying. I guess it's a British sounding Kermit, but there we are. Okay. Just let me know if you want another story. I'll pluck another story out for you from my amazing life. If we're starting round 2, whoa, Jake. No, we're not quite there yet, but what's this? Team Jake would love Save Me by Remy Zero. I've heard Remy Zero. Didn't they do music for Smallville? Or am I hallucinating? Well, I'll try in a moment. I'll try. What was it? I'll think of something to say. Jake, you are a teen with when that came out. I had kids when that came out. Oh, yes, right. Yes, we have a nice range of ages here. We do have some younglings amongst us, though, which is splendid. We can steal their vitality and use it for our own good. Right, go on then. Boots Randolph, Yakety Sax. Right, that's what I'm talking about. How long is that shuffle? I need about 10 minutes. Rainbow Connection by Kermit. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we watched that film last month. Never seen it before. That's the one he's singing in the swamp at the beginning, isn't it? Right, we'll try to do all of this. Right, here we After all, there's... Wait a minute. After all, there's only one more sleep till Christmas Day. There you go. Don't judge me too harshly, my loves. Right, let's get another song on whilst I get some others in the mix. Right, where are we now? So I'm roughly in the order that they've been suggested, but it's going to be rough. But luckily, they're all quite short, so we're all going to get a nice... go at the thing, if you will. Kermie, hey, get the fuck out of here, man. No, that's no good. Anyway, here's the Airwolf main theme, my loves. What dark magic is this, indeed? Come in, younglings. Come in, younglings, get it, mate. Fuck it. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, here's the Airwolf main theme. Oh, I love this. Yes, absolutely brilliant. Loved Airwolf and Knight Rider. Knight Rider will be coming up too. Don't you worry about that. Fall Guy as well. The Hulk, yes, we can get that in the mix. I'll try and just add a big list, and we can just play the devils. There's going to be overlaps going on. Oh dear. Yes. I'm on my way, Michael. I can't do that for you, Michael. Michael, what are you doing, Michael? That's my exhaust pipe, Michael. MacGyver, yes, I loved MacGyver. I saw I think it was a meme or something, or someone had actually photographed the actor that played MacGyver by the side of the road with his car hood up. It had broken down, and it was quite ironic because he couldn't repair it himself. But there we are. I remember that SpongeBob ride to the Hasselhoff. Yes, that's right. Need to stand up for the British side. Yes. Oh, Nightmare, of course, Brian. Yes. Yes, I was going to play that at the beginning, but then I thought I'll just go with the 18 theme. Yes, I'll add that. That's splendid. How about V? Yes, that's a good one. I never watched that, but I was aware of it. Joe 90. Oh my God, there's too many coming at me. G.I. Joe, He-Man. Shuffle Boyle is not amused. Right, okay, let's get another one on. I've added yours, by the way, Shuffle Boyle. Don't you worry about that. Kirk, my brother, he requested one ages ago, so I'm just going to pop that on. And it's about 2 minutes long, so it's going to give me time to prepare my tits for elsewhere. So this is Going for Gold. It's the full-length theme tune. So this is from a British kind of game show. And apparently, Kirk was saying, I've heard this before, this is an early work by Hans Zimmer. So anyway, don't judge poor Hans too harshly. This is Going for Gold.
It's time for you to play the game. 'Cause people are coming, everyone's trying to be the best that they can, to reach for the sky, 'cause the stakes are so high when they're going for gold. Go for it, go, go. Go for it, only the best survive. Go for it, go, go. Go for it, and you can take the prize. Going for gold. Making a way in the world, it's hard and easy. Trying to get where we wanna be, that's the toughest thing of all. All we need is a little more getting it right. All we need is a little more sacrifice. Learning more and more what we're striving for when we're going for gold. So the heat is on and the time is right. It's time for you to play the game. 'Cause people are coming and everyone's trying
Safe journey,
to be the
Sephiroth.
best that they can, to reach for the sky where the stakes are so high. We're all going for gold. Go for it, go, go. Go for it, only the best survive. Go for it, go, go. Go for it, and you can take the prize. Go for it, go, go. Go for it, only the best survive.
Okay, there we are. That was Going for Gold. Kirk was saying there that that paid for his rent for many years before he became better well known and could demand higher prices for his work. That's quite a snappy one, isn't it? It was an absolutely awful program, though, if I remember rightly. Right, where? Oh, Ghost Riders in the Sky. Hello there. You're late to the party, but that's okay. Don't you worry about that. You're only late by 14 minutes. Henk, thank you very much. Buck Rogers, I did miss you. I've got that one on the old YouTube ready to go. And yes, Magnum PI is definitely going to be played. Thank you, Brian, for reminding me how wonderful that is. And of course, I always play it anyway. Yes, have a safe flight, Siphiros. He's probably not listening to us. He's just looking at the messages. But yes, I think he's about to depart. So one's up, send him some protection spells. But it's a perfectly safe way of traveling, of course. It's only people like me that worry about it unduly. This is very rubbish, Shuffle Boyle says. Yes, I expected something of that nature to come from Shuffle Boyle, but yes, it's pretty shambolic, I agree. Beretta is good. Right. I've definitely missed something here. Has anyone mentioned Beretta? Keep your eye on the Sparrow. Never heard of it. I will add it to the mix. Interesting. The unblinkered optimism of the consumerist 80s. Indeed. It is quite uplifting, so to speak, I suppose. Right, I think I've caught up. I've probably missed all kinds of shit. Avengers. Okay, yes. Miami Vice theme, yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello there, Ian. Hello, Wizards. I missed 40 minutes, but here now. Don't you worry about that. I'll be on till about 10:30. That's the cut-off tonight, my loves. Cast spell of levitation. Yes, very good, Goat Man. Simon and Simon Riptide. Okay. Voyage to the bottom of the sea. Yes, I remember that. Yes, there's lots coming back to me now. Lost in Space. How about that one? Hello there, Dwarven Dad. How are you doing, sir? So I'm just trying to keep up with shit here. Mork and Mindy. Oh, my God. Miami Vice theme is a killer. I agree. Okay, let's wipe the floor with the last of the initial ones, of which there's about 1 billion. So I might do some back-to-back and try some devilish mixing. As you all know, I'm a professional mixologist, if that's what they're called. Muppet theme, yes. A taxi theme is also pretty awesome. Yes, that's good. Yes, I remember that. Okay, let's do a bit of Round the Twist. So this was Goatman's suggestion. This is the Australian show. This is a good one.
Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round a twist? If all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put me back together again, I'd say, rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Hey! Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round a twist? Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round a twist? Well, have you heard the word about the bird and the spider? It wiggled and wriggled and jiggled inside her. Well, have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round a twist? I can hear myself say, this is not my day. I'm saying one day you won't believe me anyway. I can hear myself say, this is not my day. I'm saying one day you won't believe me anyway. I can hear myself say, this is not like this. I'm saying how strange things happen. Are you going round a twist? I can hear myself say, this is not like this. I'm saying how strange things happen. Are you going round a twist? Going round a twist. Ever felt like this?
Okay, it ends differently on the show. It goes, going round the twist, does that. It does sound Australian, doesn't it? But no, it wasn't sung by Kylie Minogue. It was sung by the young girl that actually features in the show, funnily enough. We looked it up yesterday when we were watching one of the episodes. back in the day when we were children watching this, I quite fancied her actually. But now looking at it, it's weird to have fancied a young girl and now I'm an old man. But anyway, I don't fancy her anymore. And funnily enough, another interesting tidbit, she's 48 now. And she recently had her 7th child. There we are. There's some facts that you probably didn't know, probably didn't need to know, but I've given you them anyway. Taxi theme is great. So yes, I tell you what we might have to do is start voting for songs, because I'm bewildered here about what I'm doing. I'm suddenly 11 years old again, and Neighbours is on in 30 minutes. Gotta sit through news round first though. Yes, Kirk. Yes, this is our childhood coming back here. Wonderful stuff. Do not understand any circumstances suggest the neighbour, and under no circumstances it might happen. Quantum Leap brings back memories. Are you sticking to 80s? You can go wherever you like, Will, anywhere you like at all. I was just waiting for the end to rest. Yeah, it's not there, is it? It's unfortunate. That was the best part of the song. If there's time, I'd love to hear the old theme from Ski Sunday. Wow. Now you're talking. I'll try, Kirk. I'm barely getting them in the mix here. What did you ask for again, Kirk? I have. Did I play yours? I think I played yours. Yeah, I did. Fuck it, I'm losing it. Okay. Right, let's get A-Tops on. And then... so this is Jag, theme from Jag. Okay, here we go. This is very short, 48 seconds. Okay, that's all you're getting. That's a very short and snappy number. I'm thinking that's some kind of military-themed show. Yes, quite nice. Let's get another one on. That was too short. Right. I tell you what. Let's listen to Jason King theme. So this was suggested by Matthew or Matty. So here we go. I may have the wrong version, but we'll see. Yes, Count Duckula. Yeah, we used to say Count Fuckula, of course. Voiced by David Jason, wasn't it? Another great one, The Greatest American Hero. Made fun on Seinfeld when George uses it on his answering machine. Okay, I never watched that, so... DuckTales, yes. Tailspin, yes. Rockford Files, yes. Okay, that's Hubba. Hubba's in the mix, everyone. Darkwing Duck. Oh my god, yeah. There's too many, is it? We should do this again. But there's loads we could pick from. Anyway, let's try Jason King. Okay, that was a very lovely number, that one. Yes, I enjoyed that. And I want to watch that, whatever the hell that is. Yes, very of its time, isn't it? My wife just came in to tell me that I got all of my facts wrong about Round the Twist. So that the girl that features in that did sing it, but she's now in her 50s. But the woman, we thought, anyway, you won't understand, but we thought it was another actress it used to be in Neighbours, who played a character called Dee. She is now 46 and she's just had her 7th child. Anyway, we're all up to speed now. Look at that, I was trying to drop some facts on you and I got them all wrong. $6 Million Man. Yes. Okay, Streets of San Francisco. Yes, funky 70s stuff. Right, I'll try and get that on. You're going to have to keep ramming it down my throat, though, I'm afraid, because I keep forgetting. Darkwing Duck. Better watch out, you bad boys. It sounds familiar. I don't know if I ever watched that. Gotta go. Hope you're getting through your move all right, Jim. Hang in there. I'll watch the replay. Okay, cheers, Will. Yes, we've barely started, to be fair, but but this will be, on Sunday, everything's going to be dismantled, but there's still time for some gaming over the weekend, perhaps. So I might be back on with Mark the Blade. Right, yes, the Avengers have been requested. Right, Jason King's show was fucking awful, camp and cheap, bloody funny though. Okay, right. I still want to watch it. Facts haven't been true for the longest time now. Yes, that's true. Thank you for the clarification, Mrs. Wizard. Yes, I give you half the facts. Well, basically, I give you falsehoods and then my wife corrects me. Apparently, I never listen to what she's saying. But saying that, I zone out all the time because I'm thinking of other things like penises. I stumbled upon the Russian version of Gummy Bears or Care Bears back in the day when I was doing a TV show themed music playlist. Found it better than whatever the original was. That's interesting. Yes, Gummy Bears. I think, yeah, Gummy Bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Yeah, I remember that one. High Adventure, that's beyond compare. Raccoons, that's another cartoon we used to watch. Right, we've got a few longer ones here. I mean, I doubt anyone's heard this one before.
Launches the last of America's deep space probes. In a freak mishap, Ranger 3 and its pilot, Captain William Buck Rogers, are blown out of their trajectory into an orbit which freezes his life support systems and returns Buck Rogers to Earth 500 years later.
Get going, Buck. Yes, Buck Rogers, effortlessly and professionally mixed there. I think you'll agree, from Magnum PI. Not everyone can mix like this. It takes a while to learn it, but anyway, these are not suggestions, but I miss the olden days when there was a story themed song. Yes, Beverly Hillbillies, yes. Gilligan's Island, never watched that. The Flintstones, yes. Green Acres, Welcome Back. Cotter, right, I haven't heard of those last ones. Yes, that's a very good point. They don't make themes like they used to. They're kind of more brooding and kind of musical soundscapes now, aren't they? Which they have their place, I suppose, but we end up inevitably skipping the fucker. I read the first Buck Rogers story last year. It was surprisingly grim and gritty. Well, that's interesting. Was what was that little fucking robot called? That bleep that one. Twiggy? No, not Twiggy. Twinkie? That little fuck. Anyway, yeah. Was that in the book? That would be interesting. Xena, yes, Xena. Used to watch that a lot. No surprise there. I can't remember the theme tune, actually. This is what I tune in for. Yes, thank you, Chris. Please do not play any of those I just mentioned. Okay. I love William Conrad's narration of the Buck Rogers theme. Right, yes. Was that the one at the beginning there? Twiggy, yes. So, Quantum Leap, what was he called? Ziggy. Yeah, Ziggy, was it Ziggy? Ziggy Twiggy. Yeah, I was getting confused. Have you seen the clip? I'm not going to say the words, the naughty words here, but in Quantum Leap, he gets zapped into a Down syndrome boy, looks in a mirror and says something. It's quite bizarre. But anyway, let's move over. Let's move on. Fall Guy is kind of a narrative theme. Yes, right. I used to watch Fall Guy, and I don't remember the theme, so I'm going to pop that on. Right, let's do that before we do anything else, because I'm going to fucking forget the devil. Just added some new weird weird Brit TV to my YouTube channel today. An early kids program that is well written, creepy, and well acted. TV is strangled by the committee now. Yes, that's very true, Webster. Sorry, I haven't delved into the Discord yet. I'm going to get round to it in a moment, hopefully. Ziggy was the computer in Quantum Leap. Right, that was the computer, the handheld thing, yes. Quantum Leap was ahead of its time. Did he ever get back to the real world? The Quantum Leap reboot is mid. I didn't even know they had rebooted the devil. Twiggy was a photo model. Oh yes, of course. Yes, there was also that Twiggy. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. I remember that was, yeah, he used to say that a lot, didn't he? What a hellish scenario that he was in. I used to find watching that really bleak, actually, because he never escaped his conundrum. Yes, Twiggy was a model. The robot was Tweaky, right? Tweaky. Right, okay, thank you for correcting me. I need to be corrected on a minute by minute basis, my loves. Infinite Text, Andrea, hello there. Hello there. Oh, she's at work. Oh dear. Yes, better turn the volume down, because I might get you fired. Yes. Oh, thank you for dropping in. Thank you. It's a delicate spell putting what you want to hear into Jimmy's brain. Yes, it's a very delicate one. You have to shout. I've already forgotten what I was going to put in. Oh yeah. Right. Let's try Fall Guy. Fall Guy theme tune. That. See, Chris just did the spell then. Very, very well done, sir. Okay, so hopefully this is the one. Let's try it out.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the heart hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star. I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague's, blown up for Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might jump an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look so fine.
Yes, lovely. I do remember. I didn't remember it until it did that. I might jump a tall building. That bit. But yes, Shuffle also bloody awful. Right. So Shuffle is not amused by these songs. However, yes, they're not brilliant, are they? But of course, nostalgia plays a part here, and our memories of watching these shows, which are undoubtedly better than the real thing. I wouldn't advise going back and watching any of this. Funnily enough, though, randomly, I do like going back. I was watching Magnum PI back along, of course, but I went back and watched some A-Team, and there's this random as fuck episode, and Boy George was in the episode throughout as himself. I thought I was hallucinating, but apparently he did star in one of the episodes. It was surreal, very surreal. +1 for a Redford reference. Oh yes, of course. He passed away, didn't he, the other day? Was he in that? I didn't even know that. Never heard of Fall Guy, but the lyrics about a stuntman. Yeah, so yeah, it's all about a stuntman that gets into various scrapes. It's a bit like a do-gooding kind of man. It's a bit like the A-Team, but it's just one man who happens to be a stuntman, saves the day on a daily basis. Something like that, if I remember it correctly. And didn't they make a film recently with Ryan Gosling in it, based on that? I heard it was utter shit, but I've never seen it, so it might be all right. Yes, I liked it as well, Chris. I think you have to be a youngling in the time that it was released to enjoy it, but there we are. It's Gary Shandling's show. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Is that Bioshock themed painting in the back also for sale? What's that? Oh, this one. So that is so a chap on it's called, it goes by the moniker Brittleby on my Discord thingamajog, the Palace of Pleasures, and it's a potential cover for his book, but he hasn't told me whether he wants it or not, so I don't know whether he wants it basically. But I I painted it. It's basically it's a deep sea diver surrounded by floating brain entities, my loves. You can't really see it very well because I've got a shit camera. Well, there you go. It looks like that. But yeah, if he doesn't want it, it will be for sale. Yeah, he never got back to me whether he wants it or not, but there we are. Right, where are we? Let's put this down. It's too bright, my loves. Where are we going here? All I remember about Gary Shandling's show is let's strap on our Walkman and take a walk, man. Okay, I'm completely oblivious to that. To which you could answer no. Lee Mayers appears at the end of Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. Ah, right, okay. Interesting. Thanks very much, Tim. Cheers, Chris. Thanks, everyone. That's very nice of you. Hubba. And Chris, thank you very much. Yeah, it came out pretty good. I didn't want to show it there. I didn't want to steal his, I didn't want to show it before he releases it as a cover. But he's never said whether he wants it or not. So I don't know. There we are. These things happen, my loves. Right, let's get back on with a song, my loves. Right, where did we get up to? I don't even remember. Yes, Shuffle Boy. We haven't played yours yet. So this is Yakety Sax by Boots Randolph. Wonderful stuff. Yes, Benny Hill all the way, my loves. I saw a clip of his the other day. I mean, a lot of his stuff hasn't aged terribly well, as you can all probably imagine. But there was one I saw. I mean, this one still hasn't aged brilliantly, but he's basically playing as a professional snooker player, and he's doing these shots, just completely bonkers shots, and they're all going in, and it's all his facial expressions. He does a wonderful job doing it. But there's this leggy young lady watching him, and like opening her top kind of thing and putting him off his stride kind of thing, and then he ends up putting the cue through the bays. But it was a good clip, I thought. Yeah, some of his other ones are a bit dodgy. Anyway, right, my library is lit right now. Party time. Okay, right. And Andrea's having the time of her life there. So, yes, unfortunately, she's at work. And I think Matty is as well. That's unfortunate. But yeah, just turn the volume right up, my labs, and you'll either get a promotion or you'll get fired. But I'm assuming, yes, you work in a library, Andrea. Oh dear. Yes, better keep it down a little bit. What's up? Right, party time in the antiquarian section. Right, yes. Andrea, my workplace always frown on us being lit. Yes, none of our employers like us being lit, do they? What are the students going to do? Report me to the librarian. Yes, you call the shots there, of course. You could reinvent what the library is. I think you just need to play some banging beats in there. And productivity in the research field will go up tenfold, I'm sure. I used to have a science teacher at school, and he used to play music, loud music, whilst we were working. My friends loved it. I didn't. I couldn't concentrate. But anyway, I have the sudden urge to chase someone around a bunch of random obstacles. Yes, yes, it's always an urge that comes across me whenever I hear that. Hopefully not scantily clad young ladies, Tim. Behave. Yes, he often did that, didn't he? Okay, so the last one I've got saved is the theme from Hill Street Blues. So, excuse me. Yes, indeed. It goes up 100%. Who? Me? Never. Yes, well, as long as they're consenting to you chasing them around, that's all right, isn't it? I wouldn't do it the other way around, of course. Accuracy goes down 100%. Yes, that's the payoff, unfortunately. Right, let's get this Hill Street Blues on, and then, my loves, it's a free-for-all, unless I've forgotten Brian's one. Wait a minute. That's the trouble. I've got some waiting in the wings on YouTube, ready to be mixed into masterpieces. Let's do Brian's very quickly. This is the opening sequence to the children's show over in Britain called Nightmare. It's a kind of an RPG, kind of role-playing thing. Anyway, here we go.
Somewhere in the dark and nasty regions where nobody goes stands an ancient castle. Deep within this dank and uninviting place lives Burke.
Hello!
Overworked servant of the thing upstairs.
Burke, feed me!
But that's nothing compared to the horrors that lurk beneath the trapdoor. For there is always something down there, in the dark, waiting to come out.
Don't you open that trapdoor? You're a fool if you dare. Stay away from that trapdoor. 'Cause there's something down there.
Somewhere in the dark.
Fuck. Okay, yes, I did two back to back there. We had a bit of Nightmare and then Trapdoor, which was a kind of claymation, stop motion animation thing about Burke, who was this creature that presided over a trapdoor, and occasionally the trapdoor would open and all these nasty things would come out. It was a wonderful, wonderful series, but that was the wonderful theme for it. Yes, that's right, Christian. Yes. Sequest DSV. Yes. Great theme pants show. Yes, I agree. I used to watch it only because I knew that the special effects or the cutscenes of the submersible was done on an Amiga, my lads. Yes. Yes, I'm a slave to the old Amiga. Was there anything else waiting in the wings? No, there wasn't, but we do have Hill Street Blues. I know you're still firing suggestions at me, but I will ask you to do it again after this is played. Here we go. But I will add some anyway. Bombs up. All right. Yeah, that was Hill Street Blues. I know that theme tune, but I've never seen the show, so I don't know where I've heard that before. It was really nice. I was trying to think. I used to watch a crime. It was about police, New York police. It must have been from the 90s, I would have thought. But I can't remember what that was called. NYPD Blue, maybe. Yeah, I thought it was that. That's something else, isn't it? Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, so Ian, I was going to look for one of yours. I can do the heart-to-heart one, but then I didn't understand what was going after that. This is Mrs. H. She's Gorgeous. Is that the song from Heart to Heart? The Water Margin. Oh, there's another. Hey, Chris likes that as well. I might play that one. Yeah, Sanford and Son. I've got that one ready to go because I found that quite easily, and Ghost hasn't had one yet. But and neither has Ian, of course, and I don't think I've played one for Webster yet either. But it's all going to happen eventually, hopefully. Sanford and Son is based on Steptoe and Son, isn't it? So I'm assuming that's the case. I think the British one was first. It was a comedy about rag and bone men. And I think Sanford and Son is similar, isn't it? But yeah, let's play that. I'll tell you what, let's do them back to back. So I'll play the Sanford and Son one, and then I'll do Steptoe and Son. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's try that. Okay, yes. So those were the two back-to-back, Sanford and Son and Steptoe and Son. I do really like the Sanford and Son one. It's really a really nice song. But obviously I prefer the Steptoe and Son one just because I loved that show. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So the old man plays the father in Steptoe and Son, featured in one of the Beatles films, didn't he? It was that kind of in on the train. He was there. Apparently, they never got on set. The father and son duo. They didn't like each other very much at all. which was quite fitting, really, because they couldn't stand each other on the show either. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but yes, a number of you put me on to the Peter Jackson documentary on the Beatles. The 3 parts. It was so bloody good. We've just got the 3rd part to watch, but it was so bloody good. I loved it. We can talk about that another time, perhaps. But yes, wonderful. I've been reading all your comments. I'm sorry I'm not replying to or talking about what you're talking about. I'll try and get the red wall in, Tim, at some point. Jimmy, how can you deprive us of this while you move house? Yes, apologies, Paul. I'll try to make it work, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna next week. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make that. Hill Street Blues, probably the first cop show where everything was a bit shit. Well, I don't know about that. I never saw it, but NYPD Blue was kind of good, but there was a character in there that I really didn't like, but I can't remember his name, and no point talking about it, really. How about Mary Poppins singing death metal? That's not allowed, Christian. Not today. It's just television, unless you can make a good case for it. In that case, I might play it. I'm Fred G. Sanford. The G stands for get the hell out of my kitchen. Okay, so that must be a quote from that. I've never seen it, an actual episode, but it must be dearly loved as much as Steptoe and Son is over here. No, there's nothing like the Steptoe and Son theme. Yeah, it's its own entity, isn't it? It even has the clip clopping of the old horse as well. It's Mary Poppins sings. Okay, yeah, I'll try and get that in because we didn't play it last time, did we? Yeah, Christian. All this funky music is somehow completely reminiscent of New York. Yeah, then there's Steptoe and Son, and we are right back in Blighty. Yes, they are very of their place, aren't they? And again, another bonus or another, what do you call it? It separates the old themes from the current ones, don't they? They summed it up in a nutshell what the show was about within the theme tune. You dirty old man. Yes. The best, one of my favorite episodes is where they're playing Scrabble. It was such a good episode. And we used to freeze frame it on the VHS tape on the board. I mean, it's only there for a fleeting couple of seconds, but it's absolute filth. It's really good. You don't get to hear banjo often in theme songs. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The banjo is used for something that's set in, well, it's in London, isn't it? I think it's set in London. Someone could correct me there. I'm pretty sure it's London or part of London. 1 Foot in the Grave. Oh, crikey. No, that ain't happening. That was the most depressing show ever. Victor Meldrew. That would be 60 Minute Live in Japan, John Coltrane version of My Favorite Things, right? Addams Family had a great theme, yes, and the Munsters. I preferred the Munsters to the Addams Family. Is that sacrilegious to say? Okay, just found out I'm older than Wilfrid Bramble when they made Steptoe and Son. Oh no, I do the same thing. I compare myself. Yeah, I know what you mean. That is, I'm sure you're faring better than he was, perhaps. I think people definitely aged quicker back in the day. I'm sure you don't look anything like that. Yes, I do the same thing. I compare myself to people that I remember seeing in things, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, this ain't right. Did you ever watch Coupling, one of the funniest Brit shows ever? No, never heard of it, actually. Coupling was written by Stephen Moffat, who later wrote Doctor Who. Never heard of it. Oh, Doctor Who, of course. Yes, that's a good shout. Right, yes, very good, Goat Frenzy. Okay, yes, Tim used to watch it with his grandfather, Sanford and Son. Yes, that's what it's all about, isn't it? The memories we have of watching it back in the day. And I think it's quite all right that all we remember now are those memories. And if these kind of theme tunes trigger that, that's wonderful. It's not so good perhaps to go back and actually re-watch it. I think you'd probably be slightly disillusioned by how they're not bad shows at all, but we remember things differently, I suppose. But Steptoe and Stan's still bloody brilliant. My grandma and I would watch Golden Girls. She loved that show. Okay, yes, I remember that being on. I avoided it like the plague, just because it didn't have any explosions in it. Yes, no scantily clad young ladies. Magnum PI is what I needed, of course. We do need some BBC Radiophonic Workshop representation. Right, well, Shuffle Boyle, get it out, my friend. Okay, banjo, radiophonics, blah, blah. What the hell is that? HG. I'll try and get that in a moment. Red Dwarf, yes. It Crowd, I never saw that. Black Books, yes, I've heard of that. Yes, there's great stuff on all over the world, really, but I prefer the Munsters too. I loved Herman Munster and his wife was a babe. Absolutely, Tim. Yes, I thought Herman Munster was such a brilliant character. I loved his mannerisms. And yes, his wife was an absolute fox. I thought she was far more attractive than Morticia, personally. But there we are. This is a topic of conversation for another time. Although, if anyone, I think more of the British contingent will perhaps be aware of this, but the Carry On films, they did a Carry On film called Carry On Screaming, and there was another kind of Morticia facsimile in that film, and she was also rather dishy. I like to play Doctor Who theme one after the other. Oh, right. Crikey, Goatman's a big fan of Doctor Who. Yes, Chris also loved Black Books, Red Dwarf, Blackadder, brilliant, yes. It Crowd, Ex-Wife, and I loved Little Britain, yes. A lot of Little Britain can't be aired anymore, of course. The Mighty Boosh, yes, that's very good. Very surreal, but wonderful. Books, Tim likes the Goth Girls. Who doesn't? I'm 20 years older than Wilfrid Bramble was when she played Steptoe. When he plays Steptoe, oh God. Yes, right. Oh my goodness, yeah, right. Delia Derbyshire. Yes, that's the one, Shuffleboyle. Yes, she was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Her kind of husband was Kenneth Williams in that, wasn't he? It's so good. And of course, that's a good link to Steptoe and Son, because Alfred, what was he called in Steptoe and Son? The son is the police inspector in Carry On Screaming. Have we done Alf yet? No, we haven't. It may appear, it may not. At the moment, I'm reading as fast as it's being generated. What's the British show with the priest? I used to watch it with my Father Ted. Yes, Father Ted, of course. Time to fry. That's a very good line from that Kenneth Williams when he's frying in the vat. Father. Yes, of course. Right. Fenella Fielding as Valeria Watt in Carry On Screaming. That's right. Fenella Fielding. Right. Yes. I mean, if anyone hasn't heard of the Carry On films, they're of their time. Let's say that. But the Carry On Screaming was a really good kind of Hammer horror kind of parody, really. Very, very funny. Was it Charles Hawtrey was in it, as well as the cloakroom attendant. He was one of my favorite characters in any of the films. I thought he was brilliant. Wait a minute, how have we not played the Liberty Bell March from Monty Python yet? Well, there we are. I'll tell you what, Tim's just performed a spell. I'm going to play that. Right, let's see if it's there, because I'm talking too much, my loves. Okay. I don't know if that's the one. Bear with me. Oh my Christ. Oh, wait. Right. Liberty Bell March. I'll tell you what, I'll just play the first one that came up. I don't know if this will be the correct one, but anyway, let's just see if it is. Only kidding. Yes, that was great. Thank you for that suggestion, Tim. Tim managed to get past the almost impenetrable barrier that I've placed upon my cranium to deflect all suggestions. So if you get through that, my loves, you're doing well. Best part of Father Ted is when the younger priest asks if they're supposed to believe in that God stuff. Yes, indeed. My grandfather adored the Carry On films. He used to make me watch them with him all the time. You've had a wonderful experience there. We all watched them as children. We probably shouldn't have really, but yeah, there's a bit of titty there occasionally, loads of double entendres, but those all passed over our heads. We just loved the comedic acting that was going on. Really, really, really good stuff. I've got a box set, a DVD box set that's got all of the Devils in. I would love to play them on this channel and watch it with you, but of course that would not be allowed. But if we could work out some way of doing it, I would definitely pick some of my favorite ones and we could watch them together, perhaps through Discord. I wonder if we could do that. I wonder, but anyway, we'll try. Paul, Wizard Jim, all of us ravening for more and more. Don't worry, keep it coming. I'm enjoying this. It's like a battle almost. Funniest thing I saw as a teenager was the Father Ted housekeeper trying to hang the curtains and kind of spasming out, falling off the stepladder. I lost my shit that day. Now, everyone's favorite barrel organ music. Okay, so that must be the technical term for that type of music, or the instrument that it's played on, or the organ, shall we say. Now, interestingly, of course, well, it's not interesting, it's kind of sad in a way. I'm thinking of something else, actually. I'm thinking of, what was the one with the Vicar of Dibley? That's what I was thinking. That's a similar one that's got I can't remember her name. Dawn French. That's about a female vicar. But her friend in that is a kind of nice but dim kind of character. Unfortunately, she passed away a number of years ago. She was also in Notting Hill, playing a similar character, kind of ditzy woman. But that reminded me of the fact that whenever me and my wife are watching things, we'll inevitably be going, they're dead. Oh, he's dead, that kind of thing. And I think as you get older, you increasingly start doing it more. They're all dead. So if you watch any of the Carry On films, they're pretty much all dead. Unfortunately, it's terrible. Except, no, there are some... no, I've forgotten his name. No, it's gone. But some of them are still alive. Not many of them, unfortunately. The first time I watched Coupling, I laughed so hard I fell off the couch. Right. I've never heard of it. I'm going to have to look that up. Played this to death with Mode 7 graphics on the BBC Micro. Crikey. I dallied with that computer. I wanted to put a sledgehammer through the devil. Love those moments in TV, Geeks Love Dogs, when it gets a reaction out of you that physically gets you out of the chair. Yes, I know. It's yeah, it's you know when you get that kind of belly laugh, that kind of laugh that you can't control. They're so rare. They're so fucking rare, but they're the best. And I don't think you have many of them in you during life. I don't think. I mean, I laugh all the time, but it's never that one where you just can't control yourself anymore. I fucking love that. A rare thing. Oh, Josh is here. Hello, Josh. What are you doing coming here this late? I'm only joking, Josh. I hope you're all right. Everything okay? Everything okay? Right. The meaning of life. Yes, so underrated. Yes, I remember seeing that. A little too young. Is that the one where it's got Mr. Creosote in it? Is that the one? Meaning of life? We absolutely loved that scene. Trying again. Oh, right. Okay, Ron Grainer, The Prisoner main theme. Shuffle, you somehow done a spell on me. I'm going to play that. Virgil saying, hello, Virgil, by the way. I know you commented earlier. I didn't say hello officially. Father Ted actor passed away right after recording the last episode. The younger priest passed away on the same day, an even number of years later. My goodness. Oh, dear. I didn't know that. That sounds... terrible, actually. Tim didn't like the Mr. Creosote part. Ardal O'Hanlon is still alive. Yes. That's good to know. Yes, hello, Virgil. Yes, that Mr. Creosote scene is absolutely horrific. Off to pick up my kiddo. I'll be listening in the car but not commenting. No, don't worry, Chris. Thank you for putting us in the car. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Father Ted was so funny. Yes, everyone's a big fan. So I'll play shuffles and then we will play the Father Ted theme, because we've been talking about it long enough that it's lodged in my brain somehow. Right, where's your suggestion? Ron Grainer, right. Ron Grainer, The Prisoner. The Prisoner. Theme from The Prisoner. Here we go. All right, this is 3 minutes long. This is absolutely gigantic compared to what we've been playing. But anyway, here we go. Feck! Horse! Okay, yes, thank you. I've got various props with me today because I'm clearing all my shit away. Well, I'm keeping this. This is a witch. Anyway. Anyway, right. This show is so fucking weird, love it. Are you talking about this? Or the theme tune that I just played. Apparently, I once threw my socks at Patrick McGowan. Good Lord, Shuffle, what are you doing, man? Point of information: Tom Selleck is 80 years old. Yes, I know. It's incredible. Yeah, he doesn't have the moustache anymore, I don't think. Yes, I don't think so. The Prisoner novelization is by Thomas M. Dish. No way. I had no idea. I'll log a request to come after we've caught up the theme for Airwolf. Virtual, unfortunately, we played that earlier. But that's reminded me that we haven't played the Knight Rider theme, so I might do that instead. Those first 3 notes after the pause, I was thinking Star Trek theme. Ah, yes. Jim's doing shrooms. Yes, that's my glitter ball mushroom. My wife bought it for me for 50 pence. She knows what I like. Anything that vaguely resembles a penis. I think, Airwolf's been done, unfortunately, yes. But we'll definitely get Knight Rider in there. Michael. We are going to get some shut-eye, Jim. Yes, nearly midnight here. Okay. Great show again, bringing back so many memories. Good night all. Yes, good night, Brian and Adele. Yes, so yes, they're over in Egypt, living it up on all-inclusive. So they're getting battered on a daily basis. Yes, wonderful. Looking forward to seeing you both again, of course, when you return this weekend. Yes, lovely. Hope you're having a lovely time. It's weird. My voice is now in Egypt. That's a scary thought. But yes, take care of yourselves and have a splendid rest of your days there. A couple of days left. Splendid. Skedgehammer TV show, perhaps? What's that? Skedgehammer. Oh yeah, remember that. I've never heard of that. Let's try that. Where are we here? Was I going to play something else? I've already forgotten. Let's Skedgehammer. Okay. Oh, Danny Elfman. Okay. Oh, is it? Oh, it's Sledgehammer. Right. Okay. There was actually. Yes. No. There. It was correct. It auto-corrected me as well. So this is the theme from Sledgehammer, Danny Elfman, and the Daniel Kane Orchestra. Okay, let's try this.
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
Okay, right. That wasn't too bad. I mean, no, it was going to be a shambolic mix, but I just suddenly saw the progress bar on the Sledgehammer track, and it was almost finished. So I just pressed play on the other, and it just worked perfectly. So it was just pure luck, my loves. But I was watching the intro to Knight Rider then, and when it's showing David Hasselhoff in action, and he's got this tiny little gun, like a snub-nosed thing, and it's not very good, is it, having a tiny little gun like that? But yes, I fucking loved Knight Rider. In fact, the later series, I remember they did some modifications to the car, and it could go. These things would flip out to the sides, these kind of aerofoils, and it would go even faster. I fucking loved that when I was a child. Yes, it was pure luck, my loves. That was pure luck. It wasn't skill. I was hoping it was going to be shambolic, but it was actually all right. Someone has to do a live of anime, I guess. Yes, fly from Haikyuu. Right, yes, that would be another theme that we could do, of course. It's going down any minute now. Yes, there is always a delay, so we may have already the death knell's already been delivered. Hasselhoff is going to hassle you. Yeah, I'm sure he protects his artworks quite covetously. We could be in trouble now. This is a case where the theme was much better than the show. Yeah, it probably was, yeah. But I still loved it as a child. I think it would be awful now. But I think there's still a kind of perverse pleasure you can take from watching these things. You notice things, inconsistencies, and just general bad writing and acting that is also entertaining on another level. Shuffle putting out cursed magic words. Shuffle, I know what you mean. Shuffle, I think he wants to bring the devil down, unless of course he's put a bet on somewhere how many times the stream will go down. Our record, of course, is 3 times. It's never done a 4th, as far as I know. We may not even get 1 today. How about Tank, the theme from Cowboy Bebop? 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. That sounds good. Okay. You need to perform a spell to get it in my head, though, because I've already forgotten it. I'll try. Luck spell set to maximum to try and fend off the stream dropouts. Yes, thank you very much, Goat Man. We need all the help we can get. Cowboy Bebop is the greatest anime ever made and some of the greatest music in it. Right, the spell is coming. It's almost lodged in my head. Bebop is so good. Right, it's almost there. When Spike went out the window and they played Greenbird, I was hooked for life. Okay, right. I might have to play it. You guys have fun. I'm not feeling well. Oh no! Oh dear. Sorry to hear that, Josh. Oh dear. I hope you're okay, Josh. Take care of yourself. I hope everything's okay. Yes, this probably isn't the best thing, most relaxing thing to listen to, but yeah, do take care of yourself, Josh, and hopefully hear from you soon. Hope you're okay. Right. I don't like it when one of our wizards isn't very well. Yeah, agree. We did tank before, but plenty others to pick. Okay, right. Okay, so do suggest another one to play other than tank. I do remember tank actually. Now you say tank. No shade about Knight Rider. I was a fan of Chips. Yes, which is a complete load of wonderful crap. Now, Chips came up when I was searching earlier, and I remember seeing that. That was about, wasn't it police motorcycles, maybe? You spelled Full Metal Alchemist wrong, Paul. Right. I think that's what Tim wants. I said what I said, and I stand by it, Tim. Okay. Maybe the Scrubs theme song can help Josh. Right. Okay, right. We've got another suggestion in the mix now. All I'm saying, Tim, is Nina Tucker. Right, okay. California Highway Patrol. Yes, well, on paper, that sounds like a wonderful idea, doesn't it? Right, so I will play one of these Cowboy Bebop. Bebop? Yes. Right, we got Tank there, but is there another one? Or shall I just play Tank? Most important scene in the series, Paul. It builds character. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll just do this.
This is my boss, Jonathan Hahn, a self-made millionaire. He's quite a guy. This is Mrs. H.
I was trying to do a segue to another one there, but it's too quiet. The record level's too low, so I fucked it off. That was great. Yeah, I enjoyed that. All the music from Cowboy Bebop is amazing. I have like 6 CDs from the series, and it's amazing jazz. Yes, that was great. I wonder what Shuffle thinks of that. He may have actually left now because he doesn't like what's been throwing his way. Yeah, I think he would have loved that. Yes, right. Okay, we've got some quotes from the. I need to get on to that. I'm surprised I've heard of it, of course, but I've never seen any of the anime. Interesting. Yes, lovely stuff. Right. Okay, fire your shit my way, my loves, because all chambers are currently empty. The first bullet to go into the revolver. David Hasselhoff's little tiny gun will be played. It was yours, Shuffle. Yeah, so that explains it. Splendid. Paul beat me to it. Okay, so what did Paul do? Is that the song? Is it that you want? Right, Matthew. I haven't played one for Matthew yet. Right, it's going to have to be the Xeno Warrior Princess theme. Right, bear with me. Warrior Princess. Yes, here we go. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Get ready. Of course there's a fucking advert. Right, bear with me. Right, this is an advert for fucking kitchens, my loves. Now, it's almost as though Google knows that I'm moving house. Isn't that strange? There we go.
In time of ancient gods, warlords, and kings, a land in turmoil cried out for a hero. A mighty princess forged in the heat of battle. The power, the passion, the danger. Her courage will change the world.
Well, I'll be darned. So I've put Bert back up because I'm eating some crisps. A gentleman never eats crisps on the camera. Or does he? The drums always match the ladies in bikinis walking. Now that is a skill, an editing masterpiece. I'm going to have to watch that. How about a recent one, Lock and Key? Right, I haven't heard of that. Okay, yeah. I remember watching the pilot episode of Miami Vice and then going to the final battle, driving through the streets with Phil Collins in the Air Tonight playing. Wow, yes, lovely. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Them going, yes, oh, that sounds wonderful, yeah. And to this day, whenever I'm out driving at night with my windows open, I play that song. Oh, that's great. Yes, I've had similar recollections from when I used to play Grand Theft Auto. There was some songs that I liked playing when I was driving around LA. It's not quite the same, is it? But that's a wonderful memory to have and a brilliant tradition to keep, Paul. Wonderful. Yeah, so Redwall, I didn't realize there was so it was a cartoon version of the books, yeah. I really like that, actually. I'm sorry, I thought I'd put a few in the mix there. I didn't quite use my mixing skills, unfortunately. Chip's theme, yes, sorry, yes, I'll try and get that in. Avengers or Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, yes, thank you. You've got to keep reminding me. Okay, let's try Avengers. Do you mean the originals, the original one? Let's try that. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah! Groovy, baby. Okay, there. Got some chips for you there. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't a bad transition again, but I think it was because the recording level of chips was so low, you didn't hear the butchery I did between them as they were segueing. Might be a bit tough, but the intro music to the anime Reign the Conqueror is worth hearing. Yes, I was trying to find it as that was playing, but I didn't quite succeed. I'll try it again in a moment. A recent Australian TV show Clever Man theme song by A.B. Original and Gurumul. Song is called Take Me Home. Okay. Jimmy's DJ skills are obviously more enhanced than he lets on. Well, the last two have been pure luck. Normally, they're more shambolic. I prefer the shambolic ones. Is it a fact that British secret agents are the coolest, at least in the 50s, 60s, and 70s? Right, Webster's put the cat amongst the pigeons here. Discuss. I'm not getting involved, but I would say the British ones are far cooler, personally. Oh yeah, the new Avengers theme was great. Fitting that unky bass line. Right, yes, okay. I might have to get that on then. Original swap theme, okay. Dig that funky bass line. Right, that's what... sorry, I will... I'm kind of like... what was it? Thingy off Anchorman. I'll read whatever's there. Fuck you, San Diego. That kind of thing. Have we played Knight Rider yet? Yes, we have. Yes. I'm afraid you missed that. Did I do one of my masterful mixes on that? I think I did. That was the one I fluked. Okay, Paul agrees with you, Webster. Man from U.N.C.L.E. was coolish. Yes, that's true. One of John Williams' first scoring jobs was the theme to Lost in Space. Really? I was going to play that, actually. In fact, tell you what, Jimmy's going to get a go, so I'm going to play that. Lost in Space. I was going to play Dukes of Hazzard, actually. So I was going to play... Well, I used to love Dukes of Hazzard when I was a child. Me and my brothers did. And when I went to America with an ex-girlfriend of mine and borrowed her uncle's car, and we drove to a drive-in movie theatre, my loves. I could not believe it. It was so wonderful. This is something that only exists in America. There's no such thing over here as far as I know. And we watched the remake of Dukes of Hazzard. It was fucking awful, but it was still it was a wonderful experience. And there were people in the other cars, and they were saying "Yeehaw!" You know, they were doing that, but I didn't do it because I would have probably been lynched. Anyway, here we go. This is Lost in Space. All right, we've got a 1 minute version. Let's try that. Yes, wonderful. That brings back some memories. We used to watch that together. Who was the evil bugger in that? The old man with his great big robot. He was a bit of a bugger, wasn't he? I'd go to a drive-in with Daisy Duke. Webster would. Yes, I'm sure you would. So who played Daisy Duke in the remake? It was... Can't remember, but I preferred the original Daisy Duke. It didn't do it for me. Favorite British spy is Callan. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. Okay, so that was John Williams, and he went by Johnny Williams. That's interesting. Space 1999 had 2 themes too, one for each season. That's interesting. Dr. Smith, yes, Dr. Smith. I remember my dad used to like his character, I think. Yeah, he used to find him funny. Shuffle Boyle, is that David Callan? Right, yes, is it indeed? Remake Daisy was Britney Spears. Was it Britney Spears? Whoever it was, it didn't do it for me. It was a blonde. It was a blonde girl. I took a girlfriend to the drive-in once in South Africa, then drove off at the end with the speaker still attached to my window. Oh dear. The one I went to, they were on poles, so you had to drive between them. So I suppose that stops them being buggered up, but you had to be precise, I suppose, with your driving. But they were quite widely spaced. There's a little story attached to that. So that day when we were camping, it was this campground. It was in the middle of nowhere, actually, but it was New England. But I was an avid reader of Stephen King at the time, and so I came prepared with various scenarios that might play out. And anyway, we came up to this campground, and there was an old haunted house, and that's where you were supposed to go in to pay. I walked in there, and it was like the house from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It looked like no one had lived there for about 20 years. And I was like, fucking hell, this doesn't look good. So went in there, and there was a bell, I think. It did the bell, and this old lady came out and paid her the money. And she said, just go down this dirt track, all will be fine. So we found this pitch in a forest. It was surrounded by trees. There's these little pitches. So we put our tent up and then drove off to go to the drive-in movie. When we got back, it was pitch black, pitch dark. There was no street lights anywhere. We went to where we thought we'd put the tent, and there was nothing there. And we started shitting it because we thought, fucking hell, they've stolen our tent. But it turns out, we got waylaid in our confusion. But we were woken the next morning by someone using a chainsaw. So it was all quite horrible, really. But they were all quite nice. So, don't read Stephen King before going over to American camping in the woods. There's my bit of advice there. Jessica Simpson. Yes, that's right. It was Jessica Simpson. Yes. I think what Hubbard's doing is quoting from one of the Eminem songs, isn't it? Where he mentions Jessica Simpson and possibly Britney Spears in the same song. But yes, Jessica Simpson, not to get too detailed here, but I don't think she had the posterior for it. She was a bit too, there wasn't enough arse there for me. But anyway, there we are. That's my opinion. Probably shouldn't say things like that, should you? But anyway, there we are. Some people like small bottoms. Some people like them rather larger. Anyway, you should see mine, my loves. Anyway, brilliant theme song as well. Yes. No, it was Jessica. Yes, Jessica Simpson's Crockett's theme. Yeah, so that's the... Oh, hello there, Sawtooth Red. I haven't come across you before. How are you, sir? And who are thee? Crockett's theme. Yes, we did play one of the Miami Vice ones. I will play that if you like, because you're a new person here. Tracked it down. Worthy of Your Soul is the opening song for Rain. Okay, right. Okay. Let's pop on Crockett's theme just because we've got a new fellow in the mix. Let's have a look here. Miami Vice. Here we go. Here you go, sir. Okay, there we are. That was for you, Sawtooth Red. That was lovely. We've played it before on a previous one, but it's lovely to hear it again. Now, something miraculous happened. By the way, hello there to Jeff. Jeff's just shuffled into the mix as well. He's probably just woken up. He's got work this morning, unfortunately, but we all get to say hello. He's over in Japan, of course. Something miraculous has just happened, my loves. Now, something that I never thought would happen. Someone has bought my painting titled Knocker. Now, if any of you know that particular painting, you'll know it's more than miraculous. It's a miracle has been performed. Someone's bought one of the most demented paintings I've ever painted. Well, it's not. It is kind of demented. In fact, my wife was only saying the other day how she was going to enjoy destroying it, but that's not going to happen now. Yeah, brave man, indeed. Yes. It's up there on the shelf, but turned around so no one can see it. But yes, I can't believe it. Someone's bought it. I'm kind of suspicious it might even be the person that originally commissioned it about 3 years ago, and they might have come back because it's at a budget price perhaps. But anyway, there we are. Knocker has been purchased, my loves. Right. So we have the next track. In fact, I'm afraid, so I'll play this one for Virgil, and then we'll have to end, of course, with Sephiros, even though he's up in the air now. We'll end with one of his, and I know which one to go to because it sounds like a TV theme to me, or at least music from the 80s. In fact, you'll see what it's called. It references the 80s directly, my loves. But before we get to that, this is Worthy of Your Soul. And it's the opening music from Reign of the Conquerors, I think he said. Yes, let's try this one out. From an anime, I believe. Yes.
Painfully aware of what destiny brings, eternal as a warrior, mortal as a god, marching towards conquest as the oracle sings. Oh, legendary, oh, hero of fate. Don't let them trap you and use their control. Seek out a kingdom worthy of your soul. Reign over empire, tears fallen cold, unquenchable thirst for ambition full, with no words left to make all your own. Live take its control. Seek out a kingdom worthy of your soul.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks for that, Virgil. Yeah, I'm going to look that up. I'm always looking for recommendations for anime. I watched a lot of stuff from back in the 90s. That was my kind of sweet spot. I've dabbled with later stuff, but yeah, I would like to get into that for sure. Is that a film or a series? Looking forward to more Misty, Jimmy. Yes, lots of Misty coming your way. 6 episodes. It's called The Four Faces of Eve. It's quite a thing, quite a journey. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, it was quite fun to do. I hope it's okay. My camera was shit as ever, and I've not zoomed in quite enough. But if you're just listening to it, it should be fine. Okay, so Paul says, hey, I want to thank all my friends here who helped from day one, because I picked up 400 subs since Saturday night, and have that one video at 5,700 views. I love you guys for being there from the start. Bloody hell, yeah, I've been watching Paul's channel skyrocket over the last few days. Incredible stuff. I think it's because, I mean, yeah, it was a kind of a rant. You called it a rant. It was in a way, but at the same time, you're very clearly marking out what you're all about, and you're being very honest. And I think people really appreciate that. Of course, you've got a lot of flack from people for doing it, but it thins. You get your true audience then, don't you? If you're honest about what you stand for and what you want to talk about, then the right people will come to you, and that's what's happening. So you're going to dwarf us all very soon, I'm imagining, Paul. But that's wonderful. You really deserve that boost. Really good stuff. Yeah. Well done, Paul. Excellent stuff. Thank you for being here as well. Excellent. Yeah. Yes, I will check that out, Virgil. Yes, Shuffle likes your stuff as well. Yes, I just love the way you talk, Paul. You know your stuff, and you can talk. I mean, it's all about being able to talk, really, isn't it? I can talk, but you know the kind of shit that comes out of my mouth. 12 episode series, right? 12. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll try and find that. It's devilish, isn't it? Trying to find something specific. I've got like Prime and Netflix and Disney. I'll see if it's anywhere around there. What shocked me is half of my sub pickups were women. That's amazing. Wow, my God. Why? Paul has cracked the code, my loves. I don't think I've got many women that follow me, but yeah, that's wonderful. Yes, I think perhaps women occasionally subscribe, and then they very quickly realize that it's probably not for them. But I'd be happy to have more women in the mix, but you know. this is a delicate balance we're playing with this channel. I'm not anti-women in the slightest. I just think I put women off just because of the way I look and the way I speak, perhaps. Anyway, yes, that's great. I'm going to pull a Chris and get kids. Right. Wonderful stream as always. Love you guys. Yes. Cheers, Virgil. Thanks very much for popping along as ever. Yes. Lovely. Okay. There's only going to be one more song now because I've got to pop off myself. I don't have any children to ferry anywhere, but I am actually a child, so I better put myself to bed and read myself a story. Dirty Pair anime series is fun, a bit raunchy, very sci-fi. Right, I need to write this down. Okay, I'll definitely look into that as well. Yes, dirty old man here. Right, okay, right. Let's finish with a bit of Sephiroth, my lads. So, in his absence, I'm having to choose one myself, but this is one that I've got on my liked playlist, and I listen to this fairly regularly, I must say. And this track is called 1985. It will be imbued with the spirit of the 80s, so I think that'll do for the theme today, my loves. I'll say goodbye now, but I'll probably say goodbye at the end of this. But anyway, here we are. This is Sephiroth with 1985. Sorry about that. Fuck. Yes, Shuffle has had quite enough of Tom's antics. Well, I do like bringing Tom into the mix occasionally, but just thankful Jimmy hasn't found a picture of the Hoff. He's waiting in the wings. Let's just put it. It's just pure laziness that I haven't changed up my picture repertoire, like this one, for example. We've also still got Jenny, Agatha, and Jill. She's over there in the mix. Yeah, I need to refresh, but I think Tom's going to be there for some time. Right. If he retires, that he'll just find something worse. This is true, Shuffle. Yes, beware of what you wish for. Magnum is always back in the mix. Great stream, Jimmy. Cheers, Ian. But I must fly now, my love, so I probably won't see you in the flesh for a little while. But I'll try and get it back set up in a couple of weeks, hopefully. We'll see. This must have been an epic stream. We'll check it out later. Cheerio, Jimmy and everybody. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we got quite a few tracks in today, and we weren't taken down either. Yeah, cheers, Shuffle. Cheers, Kirk. Night indeed. Yes, Godspeed indeed. Thank you, Tim. Cheers, Webster. Good night, folks, and good luck with the move. Thank you very much. Yes. Bye Wizard Jim, good luck on the move, man. Thank you very much, Cody. Thank you very much. Yes, it'll all be fine. I'm not going to do any lifting myself. That's going to be all of the young bucks that I've enlisted to help us. But there we are. All the best. Thanks for laughs and the music. Cheers, Goatman. Thank you very much. Cheers, Hubba. Thank you very much. Good night, Paul. Thank you very much. Yes, lovely. Okay, until next time, my loves, I'll see you for the Misty series, and then there'll be one little cheeky little video where I say goodbye, but I will return. Good night, my loves. Good night.